Hi guys, Natalie Anderson here. As some of you know, I ran my first marathon on Sunday. It's 42 kilometres, it's kind of a big deal, but more so for me because, well, some of you may or may not know, 6 years ago I was told that my spine was going to fuse, that potentially I would end up in a wheelchair. So today I just really wanted to quickly talk to you about my story of how I got from, being arthritic and burnt out through to running a marathon. 6 years ago, I'd always had pain, but in my body, I just kind of accepted it as being reasonably normal. But then when I went back to New Zealand, it got progressively worse. And to the extent where it just started overwhelming my body, and my body got so stiff and sore that I couldn't even straighten my leg. My hands were just so stiff and sore. I'd just run them under hot water just to kind of get some comfort. I'd just have baths just to ease the pain, and I'd take painkillers just to go to sleep. When I came back to Australia, I saw a musculoskeletal doctor, and then a rheumatologist, and with bloods and confirming that a condition called ankylosing spondylitis, which is basically an arthritis of the spine, where your spine eventually fuses, as well as your sacroiliac joint, and it's nicknamed bamboo spine. So it basically ends up with a spine that's just like rock solid, so not the mobility that it's supposed to have. It was pretty overwhelming. Most of you know I'm pretty athletic, and the thought of having to give up my active lifestyle, it was really hard. Also, I'd wanted kids, and the thought of my sacroiliac joint fusing and not being able to, be able to give birth, it was really overwhelming at the time. I felt trapped. I couldn't believe it was real. I decided to leave my job to go do, I was qualified as a personal trainer, so to go manage a personal training studio to make sure that I was using, at least enjoying some of the role that I wanted to do. We decided to have kids because we weren't sure if I was going to be able to, as my body started fusing. I went back to my corporate role because I love leadership, and I love I love the environment. But the information was just, it's hard to describe. And one day I was just really overwhelmed, and I just went up for coffee, and I just remember holding this cup, and it was so warm on my hands, and they were aching, and it was just so nice to get a little bit of comfort. And I picked up the Profile magazine and just read about this beautiful young girl who had cancer, and had treated conventionally, and the cancer had come back after chemo, and so she was looking for alternatives. It was an aggressive form of cancer, and she was given only a couple of years to live. And she had been treating her body with a different, alternative approaches. And, I remember meeting her, and she was showing, I even touched the tumours as her body was expelling them. Her body was so pure, it was just pushing them out of her. It was just amazing. And it just made me think, light bulb went on. I'm not arthritis. I'm not anxiety. I'm not depression. These things that are kind of rule my life. That's not who I am. This girl's got cancer. She was inspired me to just, you've seen my logo, it just kind of is a fork in the road, and a decision needs to be made. And I decided to take a different approach. I decided to go, I'm not going to be a victim of this, and I'm going to take responsibility and just keep searching until I can heal myself. So I did, I'd already done personal training, so I had, good knowledge of the body already, and I Started looking into the mind. I did workplace and executive coaching. I did life coaching. Then I went into nutritional therapy as well, and continued to research, all these different options. And I just overhauled my nutrition. It started with sugar, and it had ruled my life, especially with grief. We lost my sister-in-law in a car accident. A beautiful friend to leukemia, another friend to pneumonia, and I had sugar to cope with it, and it just kept destroying my body. And then I just ended up giving up sugar, and I started to heal my gut with probiotic foods, bone broths, reducing the foods that were destroying my gut. I started being really kind to myself, using kind words. I just shifted from being like a perfectionist to a progressionist. I was happy just to move forward. It didn't have to be perfect. And that just really took, so much pressure off me. I just reduced all the stress, in my life, so I could heal my body. Your body can't heal when there's that much cortisol floating around your body. And then I ended up, switching fuel sources. Like, my body switched from using carbohydrates as a fuel to fat for a fuel. And gosh, it just suddenly my body just came to life. I hardly needed any sleep. My energy just went poof. I just was, limitless. My pain and stiffness, I couldn't even notice it. I honestly started to really think that I was limitless. And I guess Sunday was a bit of a test of that. I really wanted to put all my faith in my body. I have read so much, I've practiced so much on my body, and, Sunday was, I guess, a bit of a test to go, well, if someone with arthritis, depression or anxiety can run a marathon, then, why can't we all, look after and heal our bodies? So on Sunday I did that. I did it for me, to prove to myself that I trust my body and what I am capable of, to prove that I'm not anxiety, depression, or arthritis, that I'm a mum, I'm a wife, I'm a friend, I'm a leader, I'm an athlete, and I wanted to prove it to everyone else as well, that you can believe and trust in your body. It's capable of so much more if you'll let it. Just have faith. You don't have to know that it's going to work out. Just believe and try. Nutrition, mindset, and how you approach your career. You can protect your body from burning out. And I just really want that for every woman. I know how disempowering it is to be told that you have a condition, and now I know how empowering it is to claim that ownership back over your body. And I just want that for you too. So I'd love to hear from you. It's a bit of a longer blog today, a little bit of an emotional blog, but hey, I ran a marathon. If I can run a marathon, you can put yourself first and start looking after yourself. So please jot down below what you're going to do today to put yourself first. I love you guys. You are my inspiration. Every time I see you struggling, it's just exactly what I have gone through. So you inspire me to keep being active each day, and doing what I can to support you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.